What's happening, guys? We are testing out the Vmic5 Pro. I should be here listening to this conference here, but I gotta be honest, I'm a little more excited about testing out some of this stuff here from Saramonic and working on some videos for you guys. So I gotta get going with this. We gotta try this guy out. This is a super-cardioid microphone that goes right on top of your camera. I think what we're gonna do is you're just gonna come around with me for a little while. We're gonna talk about some goals here, some goals I had in 2021, and then some goals that I have coming up here in 2022, kind of where I want this channel to go, stuff like that. All in the idea of testing out this microphone and maybe giving you guys some ideas of what's going on with me, what I'm thinking, where we've been, where we're going, all that kind of fun stuff. And hopefully you find this helpful. And at the end, we're going to wrap it up and see how this microphone does. Super curious to see how this microphone does here, the Saramonic Vmic5 Pro. So let's get going here. Yo, what's going on, guys? Jumping in real quick. Forgot to tell you, you are going to have a chance to win this microphone. There's a contest link in the description below. Check that out. Thank you, Saramonic, for giving us two of these guys, one for me to test out and one for you guys to win. So hit that link up. You're going to want to try and win this microphone because I'm here to tell you, this thing is great. Watch the rest of the video. You can see how it sounds. I'll do some tests. Things are time-stamped. Check it out. Let me know what you think. I want to hear your thoughts, and good luck if you get in that contest. All right, so first step is we actually got to go grab my goals from 2021. So I remember what they are, we can check them off, and hopefully we can check most of them off the list. We're gonna see here. All right, it is a dreary, rainy day here in February 2022 actually. So, got the goals here, let's chat a little bit. So the first couple things that are actually on my list here, and I'm a religious guy, so what I got on here is a few Bible verses that I like to keep in mind. So the first one I got here is, whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for human masters. Another one I have is, commit to the Lord whatever you do, and he will establish your plans. So for me, just put all my effort into it and do the best I can for you guys and try and serve other people. That's always one of my top priorities on my channel here. Okay, moving on to some other goals here. So one of the ones I got on here is get 50 to 75,000 subscribers in 2021. Now we were close, we didn't quite get to 50, we were about 48 and change, something like that. So we were close, didn't quite get there, but we were close. So you know what, we're over 50 now, and I'm just gonna go ahead and say that one got checked off. So we met that goal. You hear those birds out there, man? I don't know where those guys are at, but whoo, they loud, they loud. All right, next one we got on the list here, it looks like we have make videos that'll come up in searches and look at my videos that are already doing well and expand on those ideas. And I have done that a little bit. I kind of looked at videos that do well and try and make other similar videos, because obviously if they're doing well, that's the kind of stuff you guys want to see and you want to know about or learn about. So I try to make more videos that you guys want to watch. No brainer, right? When you're trying to run a YouTube channel, you want to make videos that people want to watch. One of the best ways to do that is see what's already worked on your channel and start making more content that's related to that. Well, I would have to give myself a check mark on that too. The next one's tricky. We got better titles, better thumbnails, and taking a look at the analytics a little more. So better thumbnails, I don't know, man. I struggle with thumbnails. I feel like mine are stinky. I feel like they ain't that great, and I have a hard time putting my finger on what makes a good thumbnail, but I definitely think it's improved since from where we've been, so I give myself a half check mark on that. Making better titles, I kind of try to just have the title say what the video is, because if you guys are looking at it, you want to know what it is. It's a tutorial channel. I don't want clickbait and all that, so I just try to name it what it is. Now I just got a little drop off from my UPS guy. Love that guy, so he's bringing me some good stuff, you know what I mean? All right, so the next goal I had on here was reviewing the analytics. Now, I haven't been great at this. I have been looking at them a little more, but what I really need to do is dig in there and figure out what is going on with, you know, particular videos, and how can I use those analytics to help me grow and continue to make this channel better for you guys and just grow more. Been looking at it a little bit, but I feel like that's another area that I really need to improve in is analytics. All right, so another thing that I had on my list here is come up with ways to make more income through this channel, right? I mean, it takes a lot of time to run a YouTube channel, make these videos, to do all this stuff for you guys, and I need to have a way to support myself, support my family, and coming up with different ways to monetize is going to help me do that. Now you get YouTube ad revenue, that's great. Affiliate links, I've created new products, and I have more of the launch coming up here in the next few months, working with different companies, brand deals, and that kind of stuff. And those things are starting to take off. I have all the pieces in place, which is great, and that's been making a few bucks every month. My own products that I made have been making money, so that's great. But the big thing that started to take off lately is working with brands and getting paid to do brand deals and sponsored videos. And for me, I'm always going to do something that I would use or that might benefit you guys, that you guys might find helpful. So that's a big way that's going to help generate more income and just help me to continue to do this full time, because let's be honest, this is way better than a real job, you know what I'm saying? And just some other little pointers I had on here for myself. Start a video with a question. Sometimes I do that. I try to. Make the intros short. I've actually gotten rid of my intros, right? I don't really even use them much anymore. Be consistent with posting, and I have to say I've been pretty consistent. I think the last 2 years, each year I had it put out, was it 94 videos, 95 videos, something like that. Engage with you guys. That's on here. I want to get engaged with you guys more, and I do that by just responding to all your comments. I try to respond to everybody's comment and just help everybody as much as I can, and I think that kind of helps differentiate me a little bit from other YouTubers. And the last one I put on here is keep learning. I got to keep learning. You got to learn about YouTube, photography, videography, all this stuff. Keep up with technology, all those things. You got to keep learning, because if you stop learning, that's when, in my opinion, you start to fall behind, right? So those were my goals in 2021. I think I accomplished most of them. You could always do better, right? So in 2022 here, let's go find out what those goals are and kind of where I want to go and things I want to do in 2022. Off to the bus stop. Oh, in we go. Oh, yeah, there we go. Gotta put the seatbelt on. Always get the seatbelt on, right? All right, let's go. Heading back, checking the mirrors. Oh, my bad, just realized, what was that? Shutter speed of 50. I should have been at a shutter speed of 60. Hey, these things happen sometimes. When we get to the bus stop here, I gotta tell you a little bit about this microphone from Saramonic, because man, this thing is awesome. I got some good stuff to tell you about it. You know what I hate? I hate when you record a whole thing and then realize you didn't actually push the record button all the way. You know what? Let me check this right now. All right, yeah, it would be super helpful if they put a little record button on the front of the camera, because, man, just filmed the whole thing, and I didn't actually record anything. I just talked to myself in the car here like an idiot, but that's all right. This microphone is awesome. So one of the cool features it has is it's got a high-pass filter built in. So what does that mean? It means that you can cut out low frequencies. So on this microphone, you can set it to either 75 hertz, or is it 70 hertz? I think 75 hertz, or you can set it to 150 hertz. Now, the 75 hertz is going to cut out anything below that, and everything above that is going to pass through. So what does a high-pass filter do? Well, sometimes with these microphones, or any microphone in general, you get a little bit of rumbling, right? And now when we're listening to music, you want that low-end bass, but when we're talking and I'm doing vlog stuff, you might not want that bass. So that high-pass filter is going to cut out some of that boominess or muddiness at the bottom. Now for me, I don't think I'd use the one that is a 150 hertz high-pass filter, because sometimes you want those a little bit of a lower frequencies in there. You don't want it to sound hollow. And for me, in post, when I apply a high-pass filter, generally I'm going to set that around 100 to 120 at most. So for me, I would use the 75 hertz, and that's what I'm using right now for this whole video so far. I'm going to see how that works out, and then I'll try some without it, and I'll even try the 152, see how that sounds. All right, we're still recording. I just checked it because I don't want to have that happen again when I forget to record. So another cool thing about this mic, and probably the most awesome thing about it, is that it turns off when you turn the camera off. It turns on automatically when you turn on the camera, and it turns off automatically when you turn off the camera. I just realized that a few minutes ago when I turned it off and then turned it back on again after I got up here. I was like, what? This thing turns off on and off by itself? That is sweet, because how many times, right, have you left on the microphone because you forgot to turn off the batteries? You forgot to turn it off and you killed your batteries, right? So you got dead batteries and you're like, ah, man, kill my batteries. Change batteries and all that. So it's real nice, like super nice, like nice job Saramonic that this thing turns on and off with your camera. Pretty sweet. And speaking of batteries, this thing doesn't have any external batteries. It doesn't take AA's or AAA's, anything like that. It's got an internal battery. You charge it through a USB-C. So that's pretty good. I don't know how long it lasts. We'll see. It wasn't fully charged when I got it. I don't know how much charge it had, because there's no little indicator on it. So I don't know how much charge it has. But it'd be interesting to see what happens and how long it lasts. So USB-C charge, you charge it up, it turns on and off with the camera. That is huge. I think that's a really, really great feature here on this microphone. Again, nice job, Saramonic. That is awesome. Awesome, I tell you. And another feature on here is the ability to adjust your input levels. Now, you do want to adjust it on your camera, but most of the time you don't want to turn it up too high on your camera, because you could get some static in there. The preamps on these cameras, they're not good, right? They're not great. So you always want to keep those levels on your camera as low as you can. But if you need a little more out of it, you don't want to boost it on your camera, you do have the option to go plus 20 dB on the microphone itself. It also has a minus 10 dB. So If it's too loud, you can't boost your levels down anymore, or drop your levels, I should say, not boost. Drop your levels down anymore, then you can go ahead and use that minus 10 dB. For me right now, I just have it set at 0, so nothing added, nothing taken away, just is what it is, and I set my levels good on my camera where I wanted it to be. So all in all, so far, I'm pretty impressed with this microphone. It'll be interesting to see what happens once we get it back into the computer and see how it sounds. So that's it with the microphone here. Comment below with how you think it sounds. Really curious to see what your thoughts are. But let's go ahead and I'm gonna grab the children here, and then we're gonna get into talking about some of my goals here for 2022. All right, here we go. 2022 goals. Let's see what we got. So the first one I got on here is we want to get to 100,000 subs. Might seem like a lot, kind of seems far to me too, but what I see on YouTube a lot is everything grows exponentially, right? So it starts like this, goes like this, and then it's like, I'm just going to keep cranking out the good content, make the best videos I can, and hopefully we're going to get up to 100K this year. And that would be awesome. Next thing I got on this list is more collaborations, right? Want to work with some other people out there. There's tons of great creators. So if you want to see me work with somebody, comment down below. Maybe I'll just shoot them an email and say, hey, would you guys want to make a video together? Of course, I do want to mention that up front. You know, those Bible verse I had also apply to 2022. It's always at the top of my list. Keep those on the top of my mind because for me, that's important. One thing I do want to get better at is storytelling. I feel like I stink at telling stories, not only here on YouTube, but in real life too. I'm not a good storyteller. Storytelling, that's a big one for me this year. Here's one for you. I was going to take the Blackmagic design test, try and pass all those guys. Although I took one and I didn't pass it. And I was like, what? Some obscure stuff in there, and it was even the basic one. I didn't even pass it. But I'm a terrible test taker, so I might rethink that goal, although I would like to pass all of them. But yeah, dude, I stink at taking tests. I stink at taking tests. Another big one is more brand collaborations. And I've already started that. And one of the things I found is you just got to ask, right? You got to ask. You're going to get a lot of no's, but you might get a yes. And I happen to get a yes, and you'll see some more of those videos coming out in the future. That's going to help you really just take YouTube to the next level and be able to go full time and just continue making videos because let's be honest, this is way better than a real job, right? More photography. I want to do more photography. I kind of haven't been doing too much of it. I mean, especially with, you know, the way the world's been in the last 2 years or so. Another thing I want to do is make more digital products for you guys, things that are going to be helpful, things that you might be able to use that are cool, that you might enjoy, or that you might want to pick up and purchase. You got to give people a way to support you and support your channel. So by creating more digital projects, I think that's one way I could do that. And that's gonna enable you to go full-time on YouTube. Another thing I would like to do is create some more merch stuff. Down below the videos, you always see there's t-shirts and mugs and stuff. It says Focus. Well, this one says Cat, but it says Focus, and that's the name of my company, Focus Photography and Design. But I have those, and honestly, nobody's bought anything the whole time I've had them there other than me. But I wanna make, you know, maybe one t-shirt a month, you know, a limited run of it, maybe make 10 copies of it or whatever, and then that's it, it's done. So just something that is kind of unique, kind of interesting, and you know, can be something cool for you guys to have and be able to support the channel, and I don't know, something that I think would be kind of cool. All right, another one I want to do here, more shorts and community posts. And I had an idea to go back through all my Quick Tip Tuesdays and turn them all into shorts. So I might try to do that. I mean, most of them are pretty quick anyway, so I could just do a little re-edit and throw it up in a short format. So I thought that might be kind of cool. What do you think about that? Comment below. What do you think about that? All right, jumping back in the studio here. A couple more things we want to talk about with this microphone. So, a little bit of information. Right now, what you're hearing is the microphone with no high-pass filter turned on. So we're getting all that low end in there. I don't know if it's going to sound rumbly or not. You'd be the judge, and I'll hear it when I go to edit. But it should be fine. I tested it out, and it seemed pretty good. I think I would, most of the time, leave the high-pass filter turned off, because I can always adjust that in post. So now I just turned on that 75 hertz high-pass filter. So everything below that 75 hertz is going to get cut out, and everything above is going to pass through. Now let me change it to that 150. Now here's the 150 hertz setting. So everything greater than 150 hertz on your EQ there is going to pass, and anything below it is going to cut out. And now we are back to having no high-pass filter. So this is just straight through the mic, no high-pass filter applied. So could you hear the difference between those spots? Maybe go back, give it another listen, and see what you think. So just a little distance test. I mean, most of the time with a mic like this, I'm going to be using it on the camera. I'm going to be holding the camera, arm's length right here. So I'm maybe a foot away or something like that. But let's say I back up. Right here is about 2 feet away. And if I come all the way back here, it's like 3 feet, maybe a little bit more. So, you know, how's that work out? I think it picked up pretty good in other situations when I was filming. I think it sounded good. I'm really impressed with this microphone. It's been doing a great job for me. One of the other things that is awesome that it actually says in the instruction books, and one of the reasons why we read it, is that the battery life on this thing is 120 hours. 120 hours? Is that right? Double check. 120 hours. What? That's a long time. I don't know anybody who's recording for 120 hours, but it's going to last a long time for you. And that charging port on there is a USB-C. So you can always charge it from a power bank if you can plug a USB-C into it. Or if you run out of battery, I believe you could just plug the power bank right into the microphone if you need to. So that's nice. 120 hours, like, come on, son, that's a lot of time, right? The built-in battery is a 3.7 volt, 2000 milliamp battery. So that's why you're getting such a long life out of it. Some other things that come in the box real quick. You get a dead cat that you can throw on top of there. Now, I've been waiting for a windy day. It hasn't been too windy here in Jersey, but as soon as there is a windy day, I'm gonna try this out. I don't know if it's gonna make the video or not, but it's nice that you get this, and it's losing fuzz all over a little bit, but it's nice that you get this. It just goes right on top of the microphone. It's a great option to have on a windy day. You also get some cool little Saramonic stickers. Come on, that's cool. Who doesn't love some stickers, right? Throw it in my toolbox. Another cool feature is that you can actually monitor your audio right through this microphone. So there's a headphone jack right on the side. You can use that if, say, your camera doesn't have a headphone monitoring jack. You can plug directly in the microphone and monitor your audio and just make sure you're getting a good signal and that everything's coming in nice and clear. The microphone also does a great job of isolating noise coming around from the back. So if I, stick my head up over here like this, can you hear me as good? No, and it doesn't reject everything. Then again, no microphone really does, but it does help isolate that sound to just pick up what's in front of the camera. It does an awesome job at that. So where can you get this mic? Well, you can find it on Amazon, Sweetwater, B&H, all your normal spots. It's gonna cost you $250. Do I think it's worth it? Yeah, I think it's a fantastic mic. I think it is a more pro-level mic, hence it's going to cost more, but you're getting more performance out of it than you would a normal budget microphone. So you got to keep that in mind. Everybody's got a budget, and you do need budget items sometimes, but when you're trying to level up your audio, you got to save up, do your research, and figure out what is the best microphone you can get for the amount of money that you want to spend. That's how I do it, and this microphone would definitely be in the running for a on-camera microphone that's going to be better than those, like less than $100 kind of microphones. This thing is definitely a step up from that. I think it sounds a lot better, and I think it does a fantastic job. Overall, guys, I gotta say, this microphone is awesome. Saramonic has done a fantastic job, and I gotta say, this is probably by far the best microphone that I've used that goes on top of a camera. It's also at the more expensive end of microphones that I've tried. So, like a lot of things, not only in cameras and gear and all that, a lot of times you get what you pay for. You're gonna spend a little bit more money on something, you're gonna get a better quality product. One of the things that you'll notice with better microphones is that you don't have to edit the audio as much. The signal's cleaner, it sounds better, it's crisper. You don't have to do as much editing in post, at least from my experience, that's kind of what I found. So the Vmic5 Pro from Saramonic really gets the job done here. It's awesome. I'm gonna be leaving this guy on top of my camera anytime I'm out and about or I need an on-camera microphone, because this thing is awesome and it does a fantastic job. If you think this microphone's good, you're gonna wanna enter the contest down in the description below, because Saramonic is giving me one of these guys to give away to one of you guys. So huge thank you to Saramonic for sending this microphone out for me to try out and giving us an extra one for you guys to win. So hit up the description, click on the link, go sign up for the contest, and one of you guys are gonna win this microphone, and I guarantee you're gonna love it. It's fantastic, and I think it'll really help bring your audio to the next level. All right, with that said, thank you again, Saramonic. Thanks, guys, for watching. Hope you found this video helpful. And with that said, I will see you in the next one. Peace.